If you're thinking about buying or even building here one of the fastest growing communities in Florida, then you're in the right spot. St. Johns County has some of the best communities, top rated schools, and even quality of living here in Northeast Florida. But navigating all of these options can be quite overwhelming. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down everything you need to know about major new construction communities here, from Rivertown to Trailmark, Shearwater, Beacon Lake, and even here in Beachwalk. We're going to give you guys the inside scoop on everything from amenities to home builders so you can make an informed decision on where to live here in St. Johns County. Now let's get started. Now, Beachwalk is the epitome of luxury living when it comes to new construction communities here in St. Johns County. Beachwalk is actually located a lot bit more east than a lot of the communities that we're looking at today. So it's going to put you really close to the beaches. You're near TPC Sawgrass for those golf enthusiasts, and you even have a straight shot down to St. Augustine Beach as well. Now, here within the community itself, you have a 14-acre crystal lagoon. You've got a splash pad for your four-legged friends or your dogs to keep them cool during summer months. And in the lagoon itself, you can do activities like paddle boarding, kayaking. There's a swim up bar. There's so much to do here. You even have a gym and 6 tennis courts to enjoy as well. Now, while the amenities and location are great, let's also go check out the houses. This is a more established community, but let's take a look at what it's like to live here. So some of the top builders in this community that you're going to find are Toll Brothers and Dream Finders, and the common theme throughout that you're going to notice with most of these houses are almost that coastal or Key West style vibe. You've got the metal roofs throughout, but you will get a hint of being in the north with the brick or the stone facade on some of the houses as well. So if you're definitely looking for more of that tropical kind of style living, this is the community for you. Now, as I mentioned before, this community is pretty established, so at this point you're going to be looking at resale within the community, but it's a great way to avoid getting some nails in your tires. If you'd like to check out one of the inside of these beautiful homes, be sure to look at our description below. We've got our latest luxury tour of this beautiful home that you see behind me. Okay, so you love the location of Beachwalk, but maybe the community is not exactly what you're looking for. That's okay, because all you have to do is head directly across the street, and I mean directly across the street, and you'll find yourself here in Beacon Lake. Now, this community, again, is going to be a little bit more established. It is centered around a 43-acre lake, which you can actually go paddle boarding on. It has a ton to offer here as well, from styles of housings to your amenities. You have a pool, you've got a splash pad for the kids, there's a fire pit. Again, you can take paddle boards out or even kayaks on the big lake. Here in the clubhouse, you also have a shared event space that you can rent out to use to host for family gatherings or even birthdays for the little ones. You also have tennis courts and a few other recreational activities as well. Now, this community, again, as I mentioned, is a little bit more established, but they have opened another phase, so you still have the opportunity to build. You're going to find builders in here such as Madame, Toll Brothers, and Dream Finders. Toll Brothers is going to have a little bit more of an exclusive gated section within the community, and a lot of the larger houses, though they are kind of strewn throughout, are going to be found on the big 43-acre lake themselves. Again, well over 3,000 square feet for some of these houses. Now, this is a really hot community. Our last listing in here was off market within 4 days. So if you are interested in buying, selling, or even building within this community, be sure to reach out to our team at info@theroccogroup.com, and we would be happy to assist you. Now let's head to the next one. All right, guys, so for our third stop on the tour today, we are heading a little bit west. We are here in Silverleaf. This is the largest master plan community we're going to be taking a look at today. Its location is prime. You are central compared to a lot of the other communities that we're taking a look at today, compared to Beacon Lake and Beachwalk, which were more east, closer to the ocean. We're going to be heading to Rivertown and Trailmark a little bit later, which are going to be further south and west. But here in Silverleaf, you're very central, an easy commute to major highways, to the beaches, and to the river itself. But Silverleaf, as I mentioned, is probably going to be your largest master plan community next to Nocatee, which we're not diving into today, but I'm sure you're familiar with that name. We're on over 11,000 acres within this community, and you have over 16,000 residences, so a lot to choose from. Again, ranging from townhouses to single-family homes of varying sizes. And another unique feature about this community is that there's also apartments within Silverleaf. Now, you're also going to find an active adult community here within Silverleaf, Reverie. It's going to be the same builder and community that you're going to see a little bit later on in Trailmark. But another unique feature here in Silverleaf is that it has an abundance of amenity centers. Unlike many of the other master plan communities where you typically have 1 or 2 major amenity centers and maybe 1 or 2 sprinkled through some other communities within the complex, you actually have 6 major amenity centers within Silverleaf. The one behind me is going to be the main attraction here. There's also lots of retail here within Silverleaf, Silverleaf, but the big selling point is it's one of the few master plan communities, especially of this size, that doesn't have a CDD fee. So as I mentioned, there's over 16,000 residences within this community. So as I'm sure you can imagine, there's lots of builders and styles of housing, again, to choose from. Your builders in here, you're gonna have a wider range than a lot of the other master plan communities as well. So you have Richmond America, you have Lennar, you have Dream Finders, there's Mastercraft, Ashley Homes, Riverside Homes, just to name a few of them. So lots of options, lots of floor plans and styles of builders to choose from. So as you continue heading west past Silverleaf, you're gonna run into Shearwater, which is where we are currently. And this community, like many others that you're gonna see on the latter half of this tour, really cater to your nature enthusiasts. And something that I really love about Florida, and I think is a really unique feature, if you actually notice back at Beachwalk where we started, again, you have those really coastal, almost Key West style houses. You're gonna see lots of palm trees. It's an open and airy community. And then you get to communities like this here in Shearwater, where you're gonna find more pine trees and oak trees, and it's a little bit more heavily wooded, lots of vegetation, and it really gives it more of that North Florida feel compared to being in South Florida. Now again, you have a wide variety of houses here, but the amenities here are also great. You do have a lagoon just like you do over at Beachwalk. You have more of your traditional amenities as well, such as a pool, clubhouse, gym. There's tons of nature trails throughout this community as well, and you even have a kayak launch. So Shearwater offers a wide variety of builders within the community, from Ryan Homes to Richmond America, David Weekley, and so much more. And because of this, there is also a wide variety of styles of housing that you're gonna find throughout the community, floor plans, square footage, and price points. So there is truly something for everybody within this community. All right, so now we are here in Rivertown. I'm sure you guys have heard of this community. We've talked a lot about it on our channel in the past, and I would say it's probably one of the more popular master plan communities here within St. Johns County. Now, again, this community has so much to offer, like many of the master plan communities that we're talking about today. This community is huge. So you do have 2 resort style amenity centers to go and hang out at, aside from your traditional amenities like pools, clubhouses, gyms, the recreational areas like tennis courts. You also have water slides, and of course, with the big feature of this neighborhood being along the St. Johns River, because again, it's going to be the most west of the communities that we're looking at today. You also have amenities on the river itself, so activities to do along the river and even on the river, like paddleboarding, kayaking, boating, whatever you'd like to do. Now, the big draw to this community, aside from the amenities, is also just the lifestyle here in Rivertown. It's really known for its family environment. Everybody is always out on their golf carts, getting together, going from house to house. They even do parades certain times of the year, decorating their golf carts to the theme. So it is great. It's a wonderful family environment and tons of opportunities as well for when it comes to housing. So let's dive into that. Okay, so here in Rivertown, as I mentioned earlier, it is a massive community. So there's tons of different options, which I know has been a common theme throughout today's video, but you do have your smaller starter homes from 17 or 1800 square feet, all the way up to your larger properties that are 4,000 plus square feet as well. Now, as the name suggests, the beautiful thing about this community and what it's really known for is, of course, its riverfront estates. You do also have townhouses that give you some river views depending on where you are within the community. Your main builder within Rivertown is going to be Mattamy, but there's also Toll Brothers, and then again, some custom builds along the river. But there's lots to do here. It's a great community, and there is also Watersong, which is an active adult 55 and up gated community. So there's really something for all age ranges here within the community. All right, guys, so we are in the last spot of our tour today. We're at community number 6 for our major master plan communities. We are in Trailmark, and this community is very similar to the feel of Shearwater, where you're gonna note those different style of trees, and it's really geared towards your outdoor enthusiasts, nature lovers. And you're gonna find throughout this community, you have 13 nature trails. You've got tons of outdoor green space to enjoy. You've got volleyball courts, basketball courts. Of course, you still have your traditional amenities like we've talked about in the past, and your resort style amenities, because it is a master plan community as well. Now, what's really cool or unique about this community can actually be found within its 55 and up community, which is Reverie. Again, between Trailmark, Rivertown, and Silverleaf, you do have active adult community opportunities. But here within Reverie, not only is it gated, but it also has a beer garden, which is really cool. There's also dog parks throughout. So this again is a great opportunity for those that are looking for a little bit more of a slower pace of life, to be outdoors. And this is also going to be the furthest south that we're looking at community-wise today. Trailmark is spread out on over 1,300 acres, so there's tons of houses throughout this community and lots of opportunities, again, from styles of housing, from townhouses to single-family homes of a variety of sizes like we've talked about in the past. But a really unique feature about this community is that you're going to find a lot of these houses have a preserved lot or lots of privacy because of the type of neighborhood and community that we're in, with lots of nature around. And then you're going to find builders such as Richmond America, Lennar, and even Dream Finders within this community. All right, guys, well, thank you so much for following along. That wraps up our tour today. I know we barely scratched the surface on a lot of the new construction and master plan communities here in St. Johns County. Be sure to check out some other videos on our channel. We've done a deeper dive on a lot of these communities and even the homes within them. And if you're ready to make the move to Northeast Florida, be sure to reach out to our team. You can find some information in the description below, and we'll see you on the next one.